All right, and some news now coming in from Jammu and Kashmir. We believe there has been some kind of an explosion inside a bus now, inside a bus at the Jammu bus stand, we believe, and this is some sort of a blast that's taken place. The nature and cause of this explosion as of now is not known. We don't know if there was anybody in the bus at the time when this explosion took place. We don't know at the moment if there have been casualties, injuries, or this was an empty bus. At the Jammu bus stand, we believe there has been an explosion, and the police, we believe, is in the area and is trying to confirm the details of what exactly has happened. Remember, this is a critical situation. Jammu and Kashmir has of course been on high alert as of now since the Pulwama attack, in which 40 of our CRPF men were killed. And since then, the entire area has been cordoned off. The paramilitary forces have been on high alert, as has been the police. The news coming in at this point is that there has been some sort of an explosion inside a bus at the Jammu bus stand. The nature and cause of this explosion is yet to be known. The police are at the spot, we believe, and whether there were people inside the bus is not known. If the bus was empty is also something we don't know. Ishan Wani, my colleague, is now joining us with the very latest on this. Ishan, what more details can you share at this point?
Well, this police has confirmed that there are some injuries in this particular blast. The nature of the blast is not yet known. The blast nature is being ascertained by the police. The additional deployment of forces has been made around that particular place. This is a very busy market in Jammu city, given the fact it's a bus stand where all the movement to Delhi, Amritsar and the place takes place. So it's a busy market, and that is where these buses take off from. What we know so far is that the blast is taking place inside the bus. We don't know yet if there were people inside the bus or the injured have been because of the nature of the blast, how huge the blast has been. But the police has reached the spot and they are actually shifting the injured to the hospital. But police will come out with the facts once they reach to the spot and confirm to us that what really happened in that particular explosion. But it's said that many people have been injured. 2 of them have been shifted to the hospital for treatment.
Right, Ishan, I know this is preliminary information just coming in. Just to reiterate to our viewers, this is, of course, the Jammu bus stand, Ishan, and this is a busy place, as you're pointing out. It's daytime, and you're saying that there are many buses that move from here to other cities and also close to the highway. Give us the detail of this area, of where possibly this explosion has taken place and how close is the hospital to the area. And you're saying at the moment we can confirm there have been some injuries. We don't know whether inside the bus or at the bus stand.
Well, this place is located centrally in the Jammu city, and this is where from the buses leave to different places. The hospital is not far from that particular place. This is where Jammu, Amritsar, Jammu, Punjab, the Jammu Kashmir bus service takes place. There are also taxis from that particular spot. So it's a very busy market. There are hotels around that particular place. There are restaurants as well. So there are several factors which could point out towards an attack or something like that. But these are the facts for the police to establish yet. They haven't established yet. They are saying that there's a mysterious blast which has happened inside that particular bus, which probably belongs to the State Road Transport Corporation, which is SRTC, a government-owned venture. But the nature of the blast is such that the placement of the blast is such that it will have police on toes, and the police will have to investigate what really caused that particular blast. We don't know where the bus had traveled from. Was it traveling from Srinagar and had reached Jammu, or are there any other more facts which could be gathered in this particular case? But it will be more clear in some time when the police comes out and says the nature of the blast and what really led to it.
All right, Ishan, I'm going to let you go for a moment and get your sources to tell you and confirm more information about this, and we'll be back on this story in just a bit. But just to confirm once again, there's been a blast inside a bus or outside of it at a busy bus stand in Jammu. These are the first visuals that are coming and are on your screens as of now. This is that area. There are a number of buses there. This, as Ishan was pointing out, is an important and busy bus stand. Several buses from here go to other cities. It's also close to the highway. It's a busy route, and this is, of course, morning time. You can see the police officials and paramilitary forces have arrived at the spot, and soon we will be hearing more about the injuries. There's also a market close to this area, as Ishan was pointing out. We know that certain number of people have been injured and have been taken to the hospital nearby. and the nature of injuries as of now are unknown. Whether this was an IED blast or a low-intensity blast is not known at the moment. Obviously, there were either people inside the bus or outside of it that have been injured. The police trying to cordon off that area, that busy bus stand where this has happened. We are expecting some sort of a police confirmation in a few minutes from now, or a sort of a press release from the police in Jammu and Kashmir. All of this coming in the backdrop of that attack in Pulwama on the CRPF personnel, in which 40 of our soldiers were killed in that blast that was claimed by the Jaish-e-Mohammed. And there's been heightened security in Jammu and Kashmir post that blast in Pulwama, but presumably there's been some sort of an explosion inside this bus or outside of it, in which several people have been injured. Some of those injured being taken to the hospital nearby, the Jammu hospital, not too far from this busy bus stand. We're going to come back to more on this in just a bit with my colleague Ishan Wali. Those are the first visuals on your screens of this area where this blast has taken place, and as you can see, there are shops close by, and we do want viewer discretion at the moment. There is blood on the spot as well. The police cordoning off the area, high security once again here, lots and lots of people at the spot where this has happened. It's only around noon at the moment, and you know, if people are taking buses from here, this is certainly a busy route. Just a short while ago, we also saw several other buses here lined up, and lots of people in the area, so there will be trouble in pushing people back, as obviously there will be certain amount of panic in the area as well. Ishan Wani is back on the phone line with us. And Ishan, any more details that you're getting at this point?
As I earlier said, this is a busy market, so that's why the placement is important, given the fact that police will be looking at multiple angles, but there is no immediate confirmation whether this was a terror attack or it is a mysterious blast that has been caused inside that particular bus. But the initial state suggests that it is a bus of State Road Transport Corporation, which usually travels from Srinagar to Jammu, and whether it was stationed there for many days or whether it has travelled today, because highway has been on and off closed. This is for the police to establish the facts that what really led to the blast. Was there a blast planted inside the bus, or was there how was the nature, what the nature of the blast is yet to be ascertained. But remember, this is a very busy market, given the fact that hotels, bus services, restaurants are around that particular place. It's centrally located in the Jammu city, so that will make the case interesting for the police and something which they have to investigate. But at least 2 people have been admitted at the Jammu hospital for treatment after this particular blast.
Right, 2 people have been admitted, and Ishan, we are getting first visuals of the area, and we know that the police is now on the spot. This is a busy area, you were pointing out. Several people here as well. There's certainly going to be some amount of panic in the area as well, considering this is coming in the back of the Pulwama attack, where we had several fatalities.
Absolutely right. There will be some panic, and we haven't seen much of these blasts happening in Jammu city because it has been by and large peaceful. But given the timing of the Pulwama attack, there were already inputs that they may try to carry out more attacks in the Kashmir Valley. Apart from that, the forces have been going on, zeroing in on the militants across the Kashmir Valley. We're seeing the encounter is currently underway in Handwara. At the same time, there are forces which are cordoning these villages in the Kashmir Valley as well. Just yesterday, NIA filed a charge sheet in in a blast case, in a grenade blast case in Punjab, in which one Kashmiri boy has been arrested and charge sheeted by the NIA. So this tells you about several things that are happening, and that is why police would not take any risk and to calculate what really happened in Jammu. They would first assess the situation and later come out with the facts, really what happened.
Right, and Nishan, not to jump the gun here, but the area that has been cordoned off, some reports indicating that it's a low-intensity blast, and well, hopefully that's the case, as that could reduce the number of injuries or casualties. But certainly there are many shops here also, and the police trying and attempting to, of course, completely close off this area. But as you're pointing out, that this is relatively has been a safer area in Jammu, considering most of the terror activity always takes place closer to Srinagar or South Kashmir.
Right. This is very a market which is abuzz with the activities, given the fact that these buses come from Srinagar to there. From there, they lead to Jammu, Pathankot, Punjab, and different parts of the country. So that is something which is making the case more interesting. There are shops and other business establishments, as you would see anywhere in the India in the bus stands. So that is the worry for the police, that how did actually a blast take place inside a vehicle at Jammu. But what really is the cause of the blast? What is the nature of the blast? It's still mysterious, and police is not commenting on what really happened. But whether it's a grenade blast, it's an attack or something like that, there will be a check in the security scenario in the Jammu, because there may be other, something like that similar could happen in the Jammu city as well. So security forces would not take any chances. They will brief up the security. They will try to, sanitize the entire area, given the fact this is a very busy market. So that is what is making the case more interesting. And the police is expected to come out with some sort of a statement in some time to give us the facts that what really led to this particular blast. But remember, 2 people have been admitted. There are sources telling us that more than 2 people have been injured. They are being rushed to the hospital, and we'll come to know about the facts when the police comes up with a statement or talks to media, because I just spoke to some top official of the police. They are saying the details are still sketchy. They have reached the spot. They are assessing the situation. The top officials have been rushed to the bus stand to know the facts. But really, this is a place which is really busy, which is full of people all the time, where people travel to different places from Jammu, and that is where this blast has happened. But top officials have been rushed, and I'm sure that there will be more deployment of the forces across the Jammu region, so that if there are any possibilities, if this is a terror attack, so that there are no chances taken from the security forces, and those attempts could be actually averted.
Right, Ishan, and also, of course, the terror attack element always prevails in a situation like this, and obviously there's been an explosion. But since and post the Pulwama attack, what sort of heightened security have we seen here? Are there more checkposts in the area, given there's so many intercity buses that go back and forth? Has there been any heightened security, closed checkpoints to this area where people come and go from this point?
Well, there are flying squads of the Jammu Kashmir police which are stationed outside the bus stand. I've traveled through that area, and police is already always on the spot, given the fact it's a busy market. So there is an usual deployment of Jammu Kashmir police around that particular place. Since the attack took place in the Kashmir Valley, there has been an upgradation of security across the Kashmir Valley, particularly in the Kashmir region. But in Jammu, we have seen by and large, Jammu has been peaceful. But there were actually inputs from last 1.5 years that the militants may try to destabilize Jammu as well. We saw recently that mobs attacked different places in Jammu region. So that was seen something which was like anti-national activity by the people across the India, and something which was a nefarious plot by the handlers across the border to destabilize Jammu as well. So the police has been giving warnings to the people in Jammu region as well to stay alert and vigilant in particularly to these activities, that there may be these attacks being carried out. But we don't know whether this is an attack, but this is something which is really mysterious, given the fact that it has happened at a place which is full of people, which is full of crowd. So this definitely points towards the police will look for the angle whether this is a militancy-related case, whether the militants have tried to cause an explosion, because 7 people have been injured. That's the latest that I'm getting from the Jammu. My sources are telling me that at least 7 people have been injured actually in this mysterious blast, and now they have been shifted to the different hospitals.